Today is Thursday, August 14, 2014, the 226th day of the year. There are 139 days remaining until the end of 2014. Sunrise today is at 5:52 a.m. The sun sets at 7:57 p.m. Length of daylight hours today, 14 hours, 4 minutes, 16 seconds. 2 minutes, 40 seconds shorter than yesterday. Tomorrow will be 2 minutes, 41 seconds shorter than today. The waning gibbous moon rises at 10:06 p.m. with 82.2% illumination, is directly overhead at 4 a.m. and sets at 11:48 a.m. Friday. The moon passes today above downtown Rutland City at 228,826 miles distant from the center of planet Earth within the first zodiacal designation, Aries, the Ram. Under partly cloudy skies in downtown Rutland, today's forecast calls for partial clearing, but an outside chance of more showers. Today can go either way for your Thursday. Definitely more clouds to linger around later. A high daytime temperature, 66 degrees on the Fahrenheit scale. And winds west-southwest, 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, clouds will gather later, and because the Weather Service is predicting such a slight chance for more rain, it might be a good idea to close those windows before you go to sleep. Either that or be prepared to get up and close them when it starts coming down out there. Don't worry, it won't last long. You'll be all right. Overnight lows headed for 51 degrees. Winds will be light. Friday, cloudy with showers. Sorry to be the one to tell you. About a 40% chance of measurable rainfall today. High daytime temperature Friday, mid-60s, light southwest wind. Pollen count is low, 0.90 out of 12 on account of all the rain. Humidity remains high, 83%. UV index is low, 1 out of 12. Air quality remains good. The hottest recorded temperature in the United States on Wednesday, 117 degrees at Death Valley, and lowest temperature, 34 degrees at Bodie State Park in the Golden State, California. I needed a drink. I needed a lot of life insurance. I needed a vacation. I needed a home in the country. What I had was a coat, a hat, and a gun. I put them on and went out of the room. Raymond Chandler. Nature World News reports, a close analysis of ancient shells is showing that the Pacific Ocean's El Nino southern oscillation, one of the most powerful drivers of annual climate change, may have been just as strong 10,000 years ago as it is now, contradicting accepted models of our planet's climate history. Which might be good news, although a study of the odds of that coming around shows you'll be better off preparing for the worst. The results of this analysis are detailed in a study published by the peer-reviewed journal Science. Study author Julian Sachs says experts really don't understand the El Nino mode of climate variation as well as they thought they did. Our data contradicts the hypothesis that El Nino activity was very reduced 10,000 years ago and then slowly increased since then, first author Matthew Carre noted in a recent release. Using a complex analytical approach, the researchers examined piles and piles of shells that dated from 100 to 10,000 years into the past. The composition of the shells was examined to determine the temperature at which they formed, which then allowed the researchers to determine the strength of the local El Nino. According to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, an El Nino is a drastic and sudden warming of the oceans that leads to surges in precipitation and greater potential for storm formation. NOAA recently released an update explaining that the National Weather Service expects a weak to moderate El Nino to show itself in the next few months, leading to above-average rainfall in the west and suppressed hurricane activity in the east. Interestingly, Sachs and Carre's new record shows that 10,000 years ago, shellfish were exposed to similar random surges in strong El Nino conditions. The polar ice sheet was melting very fast in this period and may have increased El Nino activity by changing ocean currents, Carre explained. The authors conclude that our understanding of past and present El Nino conditions alike are more lacking than once thought and need significant improvement. With being able to predict a changing climate and global influences being very important to today's climatologists, they might just be right. This is today's Weather Minute. I'm Richard Alcott.